I'm gonna be honest. I don't know whether this event is horse shit or dog shit. WrestleMania 11 took place on April 2nd, 1995, from the Hartford Civic Center. Just let that sink in. Hartford, Connecticut was where they were at. 1995 as a whole is the worst year in WWF history. The worst pay-per-view that year was King of the Ring 1995, which I will review in June for all of you guys when I do my King of the Ring retrospective. But they had a couple good matches here and there. This WrestleMania, it's interesting to me. 9 good. Whoa, shit, hold on. 9 bad, 10 good, 11 bad, 12 good. Y'all gotta excuse me. I did not mean to say that. I must be smoking something to say that. No, but I'm not. So, show opens up. Kathy Huey performs America the Beautiful. Okay. You have the Allied Powers. Lex Luger and the British Bulldog defeat the Blue Brothers. What the fuck? The fuck do you expect out of this match? It's the damn Blue Brothers against Lex Luger and the British Bulldog. Oh my god. This was a 3-hour episode of Raw in 1995. This was a 3-hour Raw in 95. This is all this was. Oh man. Oh man. Not quite as bad as 9, but just about there. Then we get to a match that I thought was alright. It was Razor Ramon facing Jeff Jarrett with the roadie. It's interesting to see Road Dogg as the roadie here. And Jeff Jarrett ended up losing the match but kept his title. Razor won by DQ with help from the roadie. This, to me, was a pretty decent match. You know, it's two guys. They got about 13 and a half minutes, which ran a little bit long. That was my only complaint with this match, is that it ran a little bit too long. I do think it was... Oh, man, this match was just bad. It was bad. And if this review is short, you'll know why. Nicholas Totoro interviewed Shawn Michaels and Sid Justice. Shawn Michaels said he was going to walk out with Pamela Anderson. And he was going to walk out with Pamela Anderson and Jenny McCarthy. Some mess like that, whatever. He had a special surprise in store. And here's the thing about this. I have now seen this WrestleMania 3 times. And this is 3 times more than what any human being should see it. And I have now also watched WrestleMania 9 3 times. Which is 3 more times than anybody should ever see this. Next match, we get to what is arguably, to me, one of the worst matches in WrestleMania history. Not quite on the level of... Not quite on the level of Gonzalez and Undertaker, but King Kong Bundy and the Undertaker. For one thing, Undertaker hits Old School and beats him with a damn choke slam. A damn choke slam is what beats him. Man, these street matches early on was shit. Man, they were absolute horse shit. Damn, man. And then me just reading an article earlier, finding out that Diesel was originally supposed to beat The Undertaker. Nah, that shit pisses me the hell off. But anyway, this match gets -1 stars. I don't go into negatives often. You know, and any show that I go into negatives, you know, it's probably going to be bad, because I'm a very, you know, easy guy to sit down and watch it. You know, usually I give matches duds. This to me was worse. I thought about a dud, and then I was like, you know what, it was a little bit worse than a dud. It was, this match, surprisingly, was only 6.5 minutes, but it felt like 6 hours. Every minute felt like an hour with the way this match was going, man, and it drug on too long. This match should have been a 12-second match with Undertaker coming out, squashing Bundy. I know Bundy was doing a whole bunch of character stuff at the time, but it still should have been a squash with Bundy. against Taker. You have Owen Hart and his mystery partner defeat the Smoking Guns to win the tag team titles. Another decent match. His mystery partner ended up being Yokozuna. Yes, Yokozuna goes from the last 2 WrestleManias competing in world title matches to being in a mid-card tag team title match with Owen Hart. This will be Owen Hart's first championship gold in the WWF. But I was reading that it was supposed to be Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and it was also supposed to be Chris Benoit. Could you have imagined if Chris Benoit would have came in 5 years earlier than what he did? He could have been a major player in the Attitude Era. You know, he just came at the tail end of it, but, you know, he could have been a good guy in the New Generation era. You know, the matches he could have put on with some of the other guys would have been absolutely incredible. But, you know, him and... he did work a couple matches in '95 for the company, though I have yet to see any of them. But it happened. Todd Pettengill interviewed Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam said, "I'm gonna whip Lawrence Taylor's ass." Yeah, if you couldn't tell by the poster, this was Lawrence Taylor against fucking Bam Bam Bigelow. Of all freaking people, you have Bam Bam Bigelow. Man, get out of here. And you have fucking Lawrence Taylor in the main event. You gotta excuse my language. I'm sorry. But these WrestleManias are just getting on my ever-loving nerves, man. Especially this one. They had a whole bunch of booking mistakes. It was just absolute. It was horse shit. Like not horse shit, but horse shit. Like a whore taking a shit. Excuse my language, but that's what it was. If you don't like the vulgarity or whatever, click off. Bret Hart defeated Bob Backlund in an I Quit match. Literally, it was a submission match in which the opponent had to say I quit. But Bob Backlund, all he said was ah into the mic, which did not sound like I quit. All he said was ah. I didn't think that was I quit, but I guess it was. But yeah, it was what it was. I think that's horseshit, and I will still to this day defend that this is the worst pay-per-view match in Bret Hart's career. And Bret Hart himself even came out and said that this is the worst match in his career. And I agree with the man. You cannot fault what the man himself says. You know, I thought about being generous, but it's not quite a dud because it is 2 good workers, and it's not quite a dud, but it's the lowest grade above a dud, so it's a 1/4 of a star. Jim Ross interviews Bob Backlund, and Bob Backlund says, "I saw a light." Yeah, he saw a light. Diesel defeats Shawn Michaels in the semi-main event, and what should have been the main event of the night, but it wasn't. Diesel and Shawn actually had a good match. There was one time where Diesel hit the jackknife, and Shawn no-sold it or landed on his feet instead of landing properly like he was supposed to. It was Shawn being a dick like he was. But, hey, you know, Diesel and Shawn, two guys working together. In the clique. It was whatever, man. I mean, it was the best match of the night to me. It was Diesel and Shawn Michaels, and it's one of the few pros on this show, and it's one of the few things that I think is actually, it's one of the few things that I actually think is really decent about this show. Other than that, what else is there to say? The main event was the NFL player Lawrence Taylor taking on Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam made Lawrence Taylor look good, and the match is surprisingly good. Well, I'm not going to say good, but it's surprisingly decent for an NFL player who's never wrestled to be in the main event. And that shows you the level that Bam Bam Bigelow can elevate Lawrence Taylor to show you the mere fact that Bam Bam and Lawrence Taylor, Bam Bam Bigelow put over Lawrence Taylor huge in this match. There's no justification. I mean, hell, Lawrence Taylor hit a damn bulldog on him at one point in this match. That is how I'm not going to say great this match was, but with matches involving one-on-one celebrities, this is one of the ones that is a little bit better. It's just a tiny bit better than what a couple of other matches that people put on up there is. It's slightly better. It's like, you go from shit to piss. Piss doesn't smell quite as bad, but it still smells bad. And this is one of those things that still smells bad. The whole WrestleMania as a whole, like I said, was just... Like I said, 10 was amazing. 9 was shitty. And I said 9 was the worst ever. 11 might just be up there. My pros you're going to see is going to be a little bit weird. I'm going to have Michaels and Diesel, which I think was match of the night. When is Shawn not match of the night? And LT's performance. But a lot of LT's performance has to do with Bam Bam Bigelow. So that's why that says that. Best performance by an NFL player. The cons on the show. Everything else. Everything else on the show was terrible, was not needed, felt like a 3-hour episode of Monday Night Raw. The Jarrett Razor match, you could kind of argue was decent, but even then that didn't blow me away. Final grade, all I gotta say is a D-. You can read what I thought about this here on the screen. What does that say? A dog shit WrestleMania, one of the worst ever. Man, I tell y'all what, man, this show was just horrible. And I'm about to get out of here before I blow a damn gasket. But anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the review. Next up, we're talking about Mania 12. Anyway, peace. I'm out.